The new section, section number 2, is entitled Reading and Writing Whole Numbers. So before you can read or write whole numbers, you need to know what a whole number is. We went over that in the last section, but let's talk about it again. So the whole numbers, what do they contain? The whole numbers, they contain 0 and 1 and 2 and 3, etc. Now, how do you read these numbers? Well, they come in groups of 3. We start from the right. We have the first group as 3, and then the second group as 3, and then another group as 3 if necessary, and then another group as 3. And although you never ever read the word I'm about to say, or say it, those are the ones. The next 3 are the thousands. The next 3 digits are the millions. And then the billions. And then finally the trillions. Each and every one of these need to have 3 digits, for the exception of the one all the way to the left. The 3 to the left do not have to have 3 digits. So if you had this number, 36178352005042, and you were asked to read this, all you have to do is count 1, 2, 3, comma, another 3, a comma. You keep going, 3. This group is the ones. This group is the thousands. And then the millions. And then the billions. And then finally the trillions. Notice every one of these so-called groups have 3 digits, except the last one. They could have had 3, they could have had 1 or 2. Right. Now, all you have to do is know how to read that number, this number, this number, this number, and this number. 004. You all know how to read 36, 178. Don't say and. If you say the word and, you are wrong. 352, and for the record, if I accidentally say the word and, I am wrong. The next digit is 5. The last digit, not that you can really see it, sorry about that, but I wrote it wrong. It's 042. That's 42. So now you just read it, and then you say the word beneath it. 36 trillion, 178 billion, 352 million, 5,000, 42. Notice I did not say 42 ones. Nobody does, but that's really what it is. 36 trillion, 178 billion, 352 million, 5,042. You all know how to read 3-digit numbers. I'm sure of that. You just have to discipline yourself to say millions and trillions, etc. when you should. Remember, it's ones, thousands, millions, billions, and trillions, and beyond that. Trillions are good enough. If you have this number, just every 3 you put the commas. You have ones and thousands. I'm not suggesting you always write this, but I just want you to have it in front of you, at least for now. Ones, thousands, millions, billions, and trillions. This is 7. This is 214. This is 0. 319, 5. 7 trillion, 204, 200, let's start over. 7 trillion, 214 billion. There's no need to say this. So 7 trillion, 214 billion, 319,000, 5. 7 trillion, 214 billion, 319,000, 5. That's how you read it. It's the way it is. If you have 731, 421, 314, 762. 731 billion, 421 million, 314,762. You don't have to say the word ones. The leftmost group can have 3 digits, or 1 digit, or 2 digits. Okay, now let's reverse this game. What if I give you a number in words and I ask you to write it out? 78 million, 78 million, 344,000, 344,000, 62. 62. So you have millions. That's the largest. Millions, thousands, and ones. You have 78 million. Since that's all the way to the left, the 78, if need be, could be 1 or 2 or 3 digits. But of course 78 is 2 digits. 344,000. 344,000. Remember, million, thousands, and ones. 62. Well, 62 takes up only 2 digits. But we need for 62 to take up 3 digits. So you write it as 062. This number is 78,344,062. Hopefully exactly what it says on the line above. Sometimes you have to insert a 0, or maybe 2 zeros, or 3 zeros in one of those groups of 3. For example, what if you were asked to write 7,000,000,006? Well, you have the ones, you have the thousands, you have the millions, you have the billions, and then finally you have the trillions. Well, you have 7 trillion. And since it's all the way to the left, you don't need to put in zeros to fill up the 3 places. You can just put a 7. Billions. Well, there are no billions here. Well, there's 0 billions. There are 0 millions. There are 0 thousands in this number. But there's 6, which is 006. So it's 7 trillion, no billion, 0 million, 0 thousands, and just 6. That's 7,000,000,006. These are the trillions. 7 trillion, and the only other number is 6. 7 trillion, 6 ones, which is 6. 6 thousands are 6 thousands. But 6 ones are just 6. 108 ones is just 108. That's why you don't have to say the ones. What if you were asked to write 128 trillion? I really should be writing that out in words, but oh well. 128 trillion, 231 billion, 999,078. So under the trillions, we write 128. The next group to the right of trillions are billions, which is 231. Then we have no million, and we have 999,000. And then for the ones, we just have 78, which is 078. Okay, know your positions and know that each position must have 3 digits. You cannot say, come on, I know how to write 78. It's just 78. No, it's not. At least not in this case. It's 078. You must put in the placeholders. And you can't say, well, there's no million, so I'm just going to leave it out. Everyone's going to know what I mean. You're absolutely right. They're going to see the number I'm putting here. 128,231,999,078. They're going to see millions. Ones, thousands. They're going to see 231 million and 128 billion. But we didn't have 128 million. Sorry, I was correct the first time. We did not have 128 billion. We had 231 billion. Removing those 3 zeros, that was a disaster. That's a placeholder. It's like your boss owing you $10,000 in back salary, or probably more realistic, $1,000. Maybe that's what you do for the week. And your boss says, oh, these are just zeros. And they pay you $1. I would hope that you complain. Okay? Somebody owes you $10,000 and they just give you 1. Because these are zeros. Yeah, they're zeros and they have no value, but they're taking up they're using up the placeholders. They're putting that digit, the digit 1, in the 10,000 position. 1 10,000 is 10,000, as opposed to putting the 1 in the ones position. It's a big difference. Okay, think about it, and that finishes section number 2.